So people are always wondering and comparing on like TikTok and YouTube, did boomers have it worse or do we have it worse now? And you see these videos where they're comparing like the money, the housing, how much they could afford kids and stuff. I mean, sometimes I can be on the fence because sometimes I hear what boomers go through. I'm like, maybe they really kind of did have it worse. Then I see the numbers and I'm like, it is true what we're going through. It's pretty bad, but I really don't care. Honestly, the biggest problem with it is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because no matter how much we hear the boomers went through, it's still not gonna make it okay with us what we're going through now. But the main reason I say that is to say this: the big issue I have with it is I feel like after hearing stories of both sides, I feel like the big issue is that America is like purposely against us now. It used to be like life was hard, there was difficulties, there was challenges or whatever, but it seems like now it's purposeful. Like they purposefully plan everything to make it to where you have to stretch every dollar, and they know how much you're willing to spend on something, so they're gonna max it just to get as much money as they can out of you. And the products that we buy nowadays aren't crap. I've seen videos of like fridges from the 80s and 90s and even like 60s and 70s, and not that they were better, but they just had like, the fridges used to have like steps so you could open it with your foot if you had stuff in your hands, or they just had all these gadgets and features that it's like, why don't we have them now? And you especially see this with cars, because cars are getting older cars that are being used on the road are getting older and older. Like, nobody's really buying the new ones because they can't afford them. They break down faster than the ones that we have. Like, my truck is like, it's a 2013 Silverado, and I really don't want to go over 2015. I don't see any models that are worth the money, except maybe it's a Coma, but those are like really expensive and they do hold their value. So, I mean, props to Toyota for that. But I just think the world is just scamming us, honestly. Like, it's just, nothing seems worth it. College is way too expensive, and jobs are disappearing with that. And that's a whole nother video as well that I'm not going to make right now. But it's just, I mean, put it in the comments what y'all think, because I really do think America is just against us at this point, and we're just accepting it, and we're telling each other to work harder and to make more money and to find ways to do this and that. And that's not the answer, because it's just, once you make more money, they're going to charge you more because they know you had that money. So, I mean, I think that's where we're at with it, and this is why I'm telling people to wake up and voice their opinions. Like, I just heard yesterday when I was getting off work, that Texas is making some law where they're trying to get rid of overtime and move people to salaries. And the interesting thing about that, I was just talking about how Trump, one of the main things he said he was going to do when he got in office was take taxes off for overtime. So I think it's weird that Texas is now all of a sudden trying to make laws to where they move you to salary, which is, it's just worse, because it's like, y'all vote this guy in because y'all say he's going to do this, and they like make a law to go around it. So now you can't get that money. And it just makes it worse because pretty much what they're saying, if you work salary, all that overtime, the extra hours you work, it doesn't really mean anything. You're still getting the same check, which would ruin my job because I work like 80 hours. So that overtime really helps. That's the main reason why I like the job. So if they got rid of that and just started paying us salary, it's like, and that just makes the workers more depressed. That puts more pressure on the workers. And you see this in companies too, because they're just pushing more work, and it's not right either way, but it would make it, I mean, more honest if they paid you more, but they're not going to pay you more. And the experience, I've been seeing videos on that where people come out of college and they're looking for jobs, and the experience is like 5 years minimum. It's like, how does anybody get their start anymore? I'm struggling with my start, but that's a whole nother video that I'm gonna make. later. So yeah, just let me know what y'all think in the comments.